Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the coding portfolio. Today is just an update on what I've been doing, where I've been, and what I am planning on doing. Now I know over the summer I've canceled a lot of projects and I've had a lot of excuses for it, but I think the main thing is that I've been doing a lot of games. Ever since I started coding, all I've been doing is making games, and I simply want a Switch. And I I honestly don't think I'll be going into game development. It's not something that I really love doing. What I do love doing is making the game engine and then tweaking it. Maybe I'll get employed by Unity. Who knows? Or Unreal Engine. Who knows? I might apply for that. I don't know. I'm still trying to find the thing I like to do in coding. However, what I do know is that I want to code. I did some Arduino stuff during the summer. That was just like, not enough coding for me. And then I went back to coding in Java. I'm like, I stopped that. I'm like, I don't want to do games anymore. That's really boring now. And in the end, and this has always been for me. This has always been my point of view. Even before when I started mass producing a bunch of my own games. I like starting the project, but I did not like finishing it. It felt very tedious, and that should have been my first clue that games are not for me. I don't really need to make a game. If I don't want to, I don't really feel like it, and I understand that in every single field there will be something that I don't like doing, but I have to do anyways. But for games, it was just like the entire thing felt very tedious, very repetitive. I did it in Java, I did it in Unity, with C# on different platforms, and it all felt the same. I liked starting it, but I never really wanted to finish it. And from that came the idea of going into different fields, which is Arduino, and then me coming back and me realizing, what did I like doing? Well, I liked coding out of the Arduino, and I liked coding when creating games. I felt like Unity helped me too much and took all the fun out of it, but I also realized that what I really enjoyed doing was making the game engine. That was the fun part. And then, sure, maybe coding the game, the beginnings, but the rest felt really tedious to me. So, what did I decide to do? I'm like, okay, I'll make a game engine. So, this game engine that I'm making is called Project B. Why is it called Project B? Well, B is actually stands for beginners. Now, this is a game engine aimed for beginners, and hopefully I can accomplish these following goals. 1. A game engine that isn't too visual, even though I'm a visual learner, but the game engine that isn't too visual so that you really get to understand the game before you understand, and, okay, let me rephrase that. So, let's say when we're using Unity, if you just start out with Unity and then you do C#, you're not really learning C#. You're learning Unity. With this game engine, I plan or I will attempt to accomplish the opposite. For a beginner, not like the beginner, like, doesn't know what an integer is or a string is, but like, a little more advanced. I hope that they can accomplish a few things. 1, they can get a basic understanding of what object-oriented programming is, because this is going to be a completely open source game engine, and therefore they will be able to see all of my code for the game engine. 2, I hope that they are able to learn Java, and instead of learning my game engine, they learn Java, because it's going to be completely code-based, nothing visual. I feel like it's going to give them help, but not too much help. So, it'll do all the extremely complicated stuff for them, but it will leave plenty of problems for them to solve on their own, and plenty of obstacles that they will have to overcome in order to create a game. So, this game engine is modeled off of the various games that I've created in the past, and I'm just looking at each game engine from each game and looking at how it's structured, even looking at the mod I made for Minecraft and putting all together, all this concept, and really trying to make a game engine that somebody will be able to use in order to create their own game. So, I'm of course going to be testing some of it as well, but when I'm done, and then I'll post it on GitHub, make it public. But first, let me just show you what I have. So I have this launcher, regular game engine stuff. Regular stuff that I usually have. However, this time I'm every single what do we call it? Project will have this reference file, and I should probably add a tag that says that gives a warning. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do not delete. Do not delete file. A little repetitive, but whatever. You know what we can do? Nah. Let's just do that. So essentially in the reference file, we have a game ID. This is a concept I took from my mod. So we store the game ID, and they will just change stuff here. Now, the person who's making the game, their game, they will modify code inside of the package that says com.samplegame, and then of course they can rename that package. But they won't modify stuff in the game engine. Instead, the game engine, they'll be able to change it, but they're not really supposed to. And instead, they're just supposed to look at it just as reference. Whoops. So in the reference, not sure if you can see this. Let's zoom in. I have the game ID. They'll be able to change that. Everything in here, they will be able to change. But they're gonna have the game ID, the name, which is displayed. So when I run it, we can see that on the bar at the top of the screen, it says sample name. So if I change this to test name, you can see that it will change on the up here, test name. And then it's going to say version. We're going to put the version there. And I think I'm going to add that to the bar. But, so if I just go over to here, and say title plus reference.version plus that. So now if we run it, it should say the version as well. Sample name. Okay, we're gonna need a space. Just like that. Sample name, yep, 1.0, and then it states the FPS. So it's gonna have the version, and then we're gonna have the width that they'll be able to modify here, the height, and then we'll set it. They'll be able to control whether it's resizable and where the location of it will be. And there's a bunch of comments in each line, or for a lot of stuff, in order for the user to understand, the user of the game engine to understand what's really happening in this file. But most of the comments will be in the game engine. For example, here there's just explaining the load image stuff, yeah, that's pretty much all I've done in the game engine. The only real differences are the comments and where I access the reference. So like in the launcher, you can see instead of putting in values here, it references the reference file with the attribute. I can't speak today, with the attributes. Okay, now that I've finally talked about my game engine, let's talk about where I've been. Well, we're moving. Well, no, sorry, where I've been. We moved. We moved to the Upper East Side. I'm just kind of sad, to be honest. I really liked Brooklyn, but I will be closer to school, and I do have a lot more space for playing VR, which is pretty cool. Bigger windows, I suppose. Unfortunately, I do not have the Nest, but I'm gonna try to coordinate with my dad's coworker to try to figure out how she put her Nest, how she connected her Nest to a PTAC unit, because that's what I have now. I now have a PTAC unit in this new apartment. My sister. So this apartment is actually a combination of two apartments. First apartment has is one master bedroom and with a bathroom connected to the bedroom and a living room, right, and a walk-in closet. And then the second bedroom, second apartment is a living room and a bathroom disconnected from a regular bedroom, and then there's also a master bedroom with a walk-in closet and a bathroom. Of course, I'm the only one in the family who did not get a master bedroom. Even like, in my opinion, I kind of feel like my sister should have gotten it, since should have gotten the regular bedroom, and I should have gotten the master, simply because I'm gonna be gone in 3 years. So when I go off to college, she can take the master bedroom. But you know what? Whatever, it's fine. I'm not complaining. I am very sad about moving out from Brooklyn, though. But yeah, I'm very happy with my room. Just very grateful. But yeah, just a little, a tiny bit annoyed, but not enough to really get angry about. Just because I'm very grateful for what I have already. And even yeah. Okay. So we moved. That's why I haven't really been posting anything, because all we've been doing is moving. And I've also been seeing a couple of friends, packing everything up. For the past few days, I've just been packing for the move, unpacking from the move. Finally set up my computer and went straight to recording this video, and started doing this game engine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna head out and continue unpacking the living room. I finally unpacked my bedroom, so I have space to play VR. But yeah, alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.